I was impressed with what I saw today, especially because he missed so much time with the foot sprain to just kind of be able to come back in right away and pick up right where he left off when he had that 4-game stretch where he looked like an actual rotation player. Like, that's encouraging. And we said it in pregame, like this was one of 2 games before the trade deadline. So he was kind of running out of opportunities to prove himself. And I think he did a really nice job of that tonight.
You know what else I think is really poetic from tonight's game? Super Bowl week tips off. Yes. Bol Bol comes back into the mix, has himself a night. Like, you couldn't have written this any better. Like, kudos to the NBA writers. We got Bradley Beal back in action, back in Washington for the first time. Super Bowl week ahead of us. Bol Bol gets back in action, has himself a pretty decent game.
Yeah.
Come on, you guys. It's like they get paid to do this for a living.
Get ready. It's Super Bowl week here on PHNX Suns.
I love it. He almost had a double-double today. That guy Bol, man, I tell you, Super Bowl week, he kicked it off perfectly. Yeah. He looked very good in his uniform, fresh to death. Jumper looked fresh. He hit one and didn't count, but it still looked good as hell.
He split those defenders in that odd.
Yeah, he touched the ground
and flip it up. wound up getting the steal, started dribbling up court, then double dribbled somehow, even though he made some layup.
That was the full Bowl.
It's total bullshit.
I'm in line now. That was bullshit. Yeah, that was total bullshit. But what did I say? Bullshit?
Bullshit, yeah.
All right, so I'm in line, but I just want to make it clear on camera here to kick off Super Bowl week. I'm online. I bought the ticket first, and then I had to call the surgeon to get approval to even get on. He said you can get on Flex, so I'm officially online. I'm not on the roller coaster yet, but I'm like, I'm in line.
We love it.
One more game like this, and I'm actually getting on in the front too. I don't like the roller coaster in the back. I gotta be right in the front. So, yeah.
Honestly, though, like real talk, I am really happy with what Bol Bol brought today. So he finished with 8 points, 7 rebounds. Yeah. He had a steal. He's a plus 14 for those of you who I know in the chat love plus minus. But before we cleared out the benches, it was Eric Gordon and it was Bol Bol who had the most points off the bench. And I think when I looked, it was like 8 and 6 for the two of them.
He still led them in points off the bench.
Yeah.
Either way.
But that's what I'm saying. We've been talking a lot about bench points and needing a little bit more there. So far, with when we saw Bol Bol kind of turn that corner for the Suns up until he got injured, and then now this game back again. I get it, it's the Wizards, but he has been contributing off the bench. He's been a positive for us off the bench.
He has, absolutely. I was impressed with what I saw today, especially because he missed so much time with the foot sprain to just kind of be able to come back in right away and pick up right where he left off when he had that 4-game stretch where he looked like an actual rotation player. Like, that's encouraging. And we said it in pregame, like this was one of 2 games before the trade deadline. So he was kind of running out of opportunities to prove himself. And I think he did a really nice job of that tonight. And it's not just the production for me. It's the fact that, like, defensively, he hasn't been a liability. He's been disciplined, which is something Vogel's been emphasizing for him. Just be solid. And he was that tonight. And then he was able to, knock down some tough shots as well. So that was encouraging. And hopefully we get to see in Milwaukee or against Milwaukee on Tuesday some more of the same.
You know what? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was glad he's available today, but it does give you an option in backing up KD that keeps some size out there, right? Which I think this team obviously is lacking in some ways. Sure, you got you got Nurk, you've got Eubanks, but you need some additional size out there at times. And I like that Bol can be that, can get those rebounds, has a unique skill set. So look, he's not a savior by any means. He's not going to be necessarily the secret weapon that's going to win you a championship, but he's a guy that in a bench that you've been scrambling to find anybody that can be a positive on a regular basis. I think he can be a positive on a regular basis.
Yeah, listen. I enjoyed bowling today. Yeah. It was pretty cool today watching him come in and do some stuff. Here's the thing about Bol Bol. He's just a unique athlete, man. Like the more you watch him, the more you're like, damn, yo. Like, you're not supposed to be, it's not supposed to be humanly possible to do some of the stuff this guy does. There was that play under the rim where he literally, I felt like he was 1 second touching the ground and the next second ball on the rim. There was the play that Eric Gordon got the reverse layup where Book threw the behind the back pass, pump fake three, he gets the layup, but rewind before that. And Bol Bol was in the middle of all that traffic, not even leaving his feet, tipping the ball to himself 3 times to allow Book to actually get that rebound and then do the behind the back pass. So when you see some of these things, it really blows your mind and makes you feel like, man, if this kid could just put it together, he actually could be a vital piece of what we can do down the road. And the last thing I'll say is I like where they're playing him. Like they're playing him as like KD's backup.
Yeah.
They're playing him as a power forward as opposed to center. He was on the court multiple times with Nurk and Eubanks. And so that gives me hope that if they continue to tinker with this, they may have a little curveball for some teams down the road.
Can we admit, though, he still looks like Bambi on that scene on the ice at times? Like this, if we're talking style points, sometimes Bol hits it out of the park with style points with what he does, and then other times you're like, this is the weirdest looking thing I've ever seen on a basketball court. Like it's awkward, but if it gets the job done, I don't care anymore.
I don't think he double dribbled on that.
No, I don't either.
I think the referee was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm seeing. I've never seen a big guy this big like this, so I'm gonna say double dribble.
Hey, it's like me on the dance floor, and you all get to see it at Cheers wedding. Awkward, but it gets the job done.
Oh boy,
just flailing all over the place.